So welcome back to another stream to Matterfall. It finally got released, and for all of you outside Europe, Europe actually finally got a European release, or a physical release. So this is the first house marquee, whatever, physical release as of I know of. They are the guys behind Dead Nation, Resogun, Super Stardust HD. Now, Super Stardust HD does have a physical release, but it's not from House Marquee, but it's the exact same game. Dead Nation, Nex Machina, and they are experts, absolutely experts in arcade shooters. I absolutely love the guys behind, from House Marquee, and I love Super Stardust, I love Resogun. Hopefully one day we will get like a House Marquee physical collection, but whatever. So let's try this out. I'm also eating dinner, well, sort of dinner. I'm not really hungry, but I'm like, okay, whatever. Let's do first. You can strike through enemies and bullets safely. Okay. Hey, what's up, low profile gamer? Oh, they're like upgrades. That's cool. Ah, dash and double jump. Oh, and by the way, this game is getting a lot of good reviews. This reminds me of Mighty Number 9, but done better. Oh, what is that? It's like a laser gun. And this is, by the way, a 20 bucks release, but I got it for 17. So I mean, for 17 bucks, it's a really good deal. No! Europe got a physical release. Come on, you know me. If this game is just new, if it was this year only, I won't buy it. But it got a physical release here in Europe. Fucking awesome! Awesome! Oh. Oh wait, I remember. Well, I remember, I mean, I understand it. Haha! Right. I can stun enemies. Holy shit, that is just like... Ah, so you can strike the bullets. Okay. It's not getting a physical release in the United States. House Marquee already announced it's only in Europe. That's a lot of stuff to know. Oh, that's cool. Look how great it looks. You know, these are the type of games that will be, you know, expensive in 5 or 10 years, you know, after the PS4 is gone. You know, those will be the much sought after hidden gems, we could say. Checkpoint reached. Oh, wait. So it's kind of funny because it's a twin-stick shooter, but you really have to use all the buttons. So it's not like you can play like this. You really have to, you know, get your fingers on all the buttons to do all the special abilities and special combos and stuff. Use Matter. Ah, okay, to free civilians. New reward, grenade launcher. Ah, okay. Equip grenade launcher. Ah, okay, that's cool.
Multiplier up.
Holy shit, that is the same voice as Resogun. You know, multiplier up. That's really cool.
Multiplier lost.
Oh, that sucks. Man, there's a lot of stuff going on.
Overcharge ready.
Overcharge. Why would I use overcharge now?
Multiplier up.
Okay. Kinda has a little bit of the system of Resogun in it.
Multiplier up. 0G. Overcharge ready. Multiplier down.
It's my
Multiplier lost. Multiplier up.
Okay, so the platforms they fade. Oh, that's just.
Multiplier lost.
Whoops. Boss fight. Sort of. Okay. Yay. Mustard sauce.
Multiplier lost. Overcharge ready. Overcharge.
Okay. Oh, you can't. Whoops.
Zero G. Multiplier up. Multiplier up. Multiplier down. Overcharge ready.
Okay.
Multiplier up. Multiplier up.
Huh? Ah. Checkpoint reached.
Multiplier up. Multiplier up. Overcharge ready. Multiplier down.
What? Why? Didn't do anything.
Multiplier up. Multiplier down. Multiplier down.
What?
Multiplier down. Overcharge ready. Multiplier up. Multiplier up. Multiplier up. Multiplier down. Multiplier down. Multiplier down. Multiplier lost. Health low.
What? No, I died. No! Oh, you actually have to go there. That was easy.
Why took it so long?
I'm afraid to use it.
Multiplier up. Multiplier lost.
Huh? Oh, okay. Right there.
Multiplier up. Overcharge ready. Overcharge. Multiplier lost.
Yes, I did. I got Jotun and what's the other game? Oh, Oceanhorn. And this Friday they're gonna have Lily, and Lily, I don't know, it looks interesting. But I don't know if it's $40 interesting. I have done a lot of overwork this month, and I actually ordered a couple of Japanese games. So it's been a very long time since I last imported some games. It's one PS2 game, one PSP game, and I think two PS3 games, and two PS4 games. Oh, there were two more civilians. I didn't even see those. Fort Corp headquarters. Headquarters! Really? Yeah, they have been releasing so many games, especially really big games, and they have just been piling up all the work. So I think they're gonna, we're gonna see a lot more mistakes from them, sadly. Too late. Yeah, a lot of gamers are waiting on Skullgirl. Like, it should have come out in January, and now we are almost at the end of the year, and the game still hasn't been coming out. And to be honest, like, I think they should give people the physical, the digital edition, because the waiting has just been brutal. It's it's also not an inexpensive game. It's pretty expensive. So yeah, it really sucks. I don't know what the hell is wrong with the game. They say it's they have found out some bugs in the game, and I'm like, how? The digital version has already come out like a long time ago. So how can there be bugs if the digital version is already available for such a long time? What's up, Orange Rocker?
Zero G.
It's really weird. Yeah, they have been saying next month for a lot of months.
Overcharge multiplier up.
I mean, to be honest, I don't really care that much because I have so many other games to play. But it is kind of annoying because I mean, we already paid for the game and we're not getting it. So that's really annoying. What's up, Lorak? Oh, this is not where I should go. Man, the game looks beautiful though. It looks really good. Oh no, I should go here. Yes, I saw that you were playing Final Fantasy 15. If you never played a Final Fantasy game, you should start with 10 though. 10 or 12.
Multiplier up.
But 15 is also, it's a nice game, it's not bad.
Thank you so much.
By the way, my best friend who I got Final Fantasy 12 for, she absolutely loves the game. So I'm really happy. Also, did you hear the news about Dragon Quest 11? It's sold an incredible amount of copies, and it's actually selling better on PS4.
Multiplier down.
Now that is something really interesting.
Overcharge ready. Multiplier up.
Destiny is not my cup of tea. I mean, it looks really cool, and I bet I would have liked it, but it's, you know,
Multiplier down.
it's online required, online only crap. And Warner Brothers is also in some bad weather with the new Lord of the Rings game, the War of Mordor, or the War from Mordor. I don't know what the hell the name is. But that game is getting some ridiculous microtransactions and DLC. So I am not entirely sure how the War of Mordor plays out, but it seems that for like good gear or good armies and leveling up, it's gonna take a huge amount of time. And with the microtransactions, you can actually speed up the amount of experience and amount of gold, whatever that you can obtain. You can buy loot boxes that will grant you better gear and better armies. So that fucking sucks. That is almost, well, it is as bad as like these mobile, you know, free-to-play mobile games that everyone who is number 1 and number 2, whatever, are people who are, you know, buying the game, because then everything is going faster and blah blah blah. Final Fantasy 12 is fantastic. Prompto is kind of lame, yeah. I liked the dude with the glasses, he was pretty cool. And I liked Gladius, he was cool too. I have heard it's online only, but I think it's not confirmed yet. They're rumors. If it's online only, then just like For Honor, my hype, because I am a little bit hyped for the game. Because I've heard so many good things about the first Lord of the Rings game on PS4 that I want to try it out. You know, I want to try it out when it's cheaper, but if it's online only, then game over. And to be honest, I don't really give a shit. I mean, my physical Western collection is still extremely small. There's so many indies coming out. There's so many Japanese games coming out. Why the hell would I spend money on a broken DLC practice, online only, online required, microtransaction, Western crap? Talking about Japanese games, I totally forgot that next month, actually a week before my driving exam, East 8 is coming out, finally!
Multiplier up. Multiplier down.
Finally East 8. It's coming out 15th of September. I can't wait. And they have already announced free DLC. Now that is cool.
Multiplier down.
whatever.
Multiplier up.
So there are 3 more humans. Where are they? Oh, maybe there.
Multiplier up.
Oh, no, they're not. Final Fantasy 15 is not online, but it is getting a multiplayer mode. Well, it's not online. Yakuza Kiwami is also coming out, I think, next week or this. No, it's coming out this week. But I am waiting up until the plastic version comes out. As you know, I do not like steelbooks. Oh, was it 29? Well, it's coming out this month at least. No, there are no Mountain Blade mods coming, and I do have some interesting information, by the way. If you check out on Google and you click in Mountain Blade Bannerlord, you will actually get Mountain Blade Bannerlord platforms, PC, PS4, and Xbox One. That is interesting. Now, I have seen a lot of gameplay, and as you may have seen on one of my videos, I am really interested in, getting a new PC just to play Mountain Blade. And there are rumors that there is more than 1,000 enemies on screen in the native mode of Mountain Blade Warband for Bannerlord. Now, I've really seen a lot of gameplay, especially with the horses, the open battlefield gameplay, and I am like, I really don't, I'm not entirely sure if this generation of consoles can produce those graphics and such a huge amount of enemies on screen. I mean, maybe they could downgrade it to maybe like 300 or 200 units on screen, but that would kind of destroy the whole huge battlefield feel that Bannerlord is going to have. Now, keep in mind, there is no official release date for Mountain Blade Bannerlord.
Multiplier down.
Heck, it could even come out in like 2 years from now. We don't know that. The last thing we know is 2017. Now it definitely 2016. Now it definitely has not come out in 2016. So nobody knows when Bannerlord is coming out. It seems that the project is so big, and that the developer really wants to produce a good game, that it could actually take quite a lot of time.
Multiplier down. Multiplier down. Overcharge ready. Multiplier down.
How the hell do you do that? Fuck.
Multiplier lost.
Yeah, E7 is... I almost thought that I was reading E8 on my... No, it's not Steam only. But yeah, E7 is finally coming to PC. As you know me, I have nothing against the PC. I think that every Japanese game should come out on PC. If that makes, the game sell a lot more, then the developers will have more money, and then we will see more games. It's exactly the same as I am. I don't hate or no, I'm not against the Switch. Because if you've seen the latest couple of weeks, the Switch is absolutely destroying everyone in Japan. Last week it sold as 87,000 copies, and the Ps4 sold 40,000 copies. So the Switch outsold the Ps4 2-1. And especially in like video game charts where I look a lot, the forums, because I like those. Many, fanboys are fighting or whatever, and I'm like, why? It's the best thing. A healthy Japanese market in Japan means more games. That's just I have said this so many times. I have proven right. I have said many times that if the Japanese games are going to sell in the West, we are going to see more and more. And ta-da! We are pretty much getting every Japanese game available in the West. So, if the Switch is going to sell 15, 20 million copies in Japan, sure, it sucks that the PS4 can do it, but it just means that we're going to get more games because developers are not going to abandon the PS4. They're not going to be like, oh, we're going to make every Japanese game exclusive to the Switch. No, because globally, the Switch is still 60 million copies behind and almost has no chance at all at, beating the PS4. So we're going to see a huge amount of Switch and PS4 games from Japan. Now, of course, we know that in the West it's going to be a lot different. We're going to see a lot of, PS4 and Xbox only games.
Multiplier down.
Because many developers believe, and that's pretty much the truth, that Switch is just underpowered. It doesn't have enough juice to produce stuff like, God of War or whatever. So, the new Battlefront, the new Grand Theft Auto, it's not powerful enough. But talking about Japan, I will predict this right now. We are gonna see a huge amount of games. Switch, PS4. And if you've seen the sales of Dragon Quest on PS4, like holy shit, no one was expecting this. It has already vastly outsold Final Fantasy 15. Avoider? That's a weird name, dude. Bannerlord is on Steam Greenlight. I'm not entirely sure what Steam Greenlight is, but Bannerlord is not available to play. Just, you cannot buy it and play it. Or else we would have seen a huge amount of gameplay, and we're not. The only gameplay you can see from Mount and Blade Bannerlord is the gameplay the developers have shown. Yes, Gravity Rush 2 is awesome, but if you want to understand the storyline, you definitely need Gravity Rush 1, and that game is also awesome. Oh, boss fights. I am not good at 2D boss fights. not that yet.
Overcharge ready. Overcharge.
Okay, have fun with Final Fantasy.
Overcharge ready. Overcharge. Health low.
Hey!
Overcharge ready. Overcharge.
Okay, well, thanks for watching. City Slicker. I'm at 300. Well, that's not that bad. Of course, I do have the newbie. I bet if you pick a harder difficulty, you'll get more points. Vertical Forest. Try different augmentation. I have nothing.
Multiplier up. Multiplier lost.
That was stupid. I will stay instead. You don't have to stay if you want to play a game. Where do you get the augmentations though? I get, maybe you get from there.
Multiplier up.
Oh! Dense nest. New reward, matter bomb probability. Increase the probability of a matter bomb spawning. Okay. Oh, so they call it a matter bomb. Oh, okay.
Multiplier lost. Overcharge ready. Multiplier up. Multiplier up.
Die!
Multiplier down.
It's kind of funny. This is like a game what like Mighty Number 9 should have been, sort of. With the whole dashing and stuff. Oh, you can actually duck. Why would you want to do that?
Multiplier lost.
Yes, I have seen Shadow Tactics. Actually, last week I saw gameplay for it, and I was like, "Oh, this looks pretty cool." It's actually, I was really thinking that it's sort of a what's that game called? Shenmue? No, Tenshu. Shenmue. I thought it was sort of a Tenshu game, but it's more like I don't know if you remember the game called Commandos, and I have Commandos too on PS2, and you also had the little squad and stuff. You had to do objectives, but the game was fucking hard. Like the game was so hard, I couldn't even succeed in the first mission in Commandos. Yeah, it's like Commandos, but like then more like in Japan and stuff. Like, okay, that is cool. You know, we're seeing more and more indie games getting, you know, bigger production values because, you know, their other games are selling. You know, Housemarque also started out really small. And now you see, you know, they have now released 2 games in 1 year with good quality.
Multiplier down, multiplier up.
Domino effect, okay. Oh yeah, the other, that was the bomb. No, don't leave me! No! Whoops! Oh, there it is. You're starting to collect well, for Japanese games, number one, you can actually collect them because almost all of them are playable from start to finish. They're not online required, and you know, they don't need 7 million patches to
Multiplier
work.
up.
Even Final Fantasy 12 is totally playable,
Multiplier up.
you know,
Multiplier down.
without all the patches. It's just a little bit of unfinished product, sort of.
Multiplier up.
And there's so many games. I actually have, I checked out how much money I've spent this year at the moment, and it's 610. So I'm super proud. That's not a lot. And just the amount of Japanese games I still need. The pile is getting bigger and bigger by the month. You know, from visual novels to RPGs to shmubs. It's so many. I recommend a lot of Japanese games, especially stuff like Final Fantasy, Persona, shmups like Cinemora. Holy damn! So, like almost all the Japanese games that I at least have are good. I mean, not all. Like Atelier Sophia's, yeah. Omega Quintet is like, yeah. But they're good in their own way, sort of. But if you really want an RPG feel, like Final Fantasy 12, Final Fantasy 10, World of Final Fantasy is good, Sword Art Online is good, Persona is awesome, you know, Neo, Yakuza, Nier Automata, you know, Samurai Warriors, Dynasty Warriors. What's up, Ace Brent? Yeah, well, of course, with now so many companies trying to mimic what limited run games is doing, the possibility of a digital game getting a physical release is increasing, you know, by the week. What are the catch? Yes, Tekken is Japanese. What are the catches you need to collect? What do you mean? Or you mean the blue dots? That is for your superpower weapon. What's up, Orca? What's up, Beetlejuice? Beetlejuice. Is that the Beetlejuice from Beetleborgs? Yes, I watched Beetleborg. Shut up. That was cool. Come on, that was cool. I actually watched Beetleborgs. I still watch it actually. It's now on Netflix. I'm like, oh, cool. Let's watch it. Yes, we all know that the casual market in Japan is shrinking. That's nothing new. Everybody knows that. Even though the Switch is selling extremely well. You know, the combo of Ps4 and Switch could actually save Japan. It's, you know, and I mean the sales of Dragon Quest are insane. Especially for PS4. That's really cool. So, and you know, the Western market, even for the Japanese developers, is getting a lot more interesting, a lot more important. And let's not forget about the Asian market, because you have the Japanese market and you have the Asian market. And the Asian market is also getting more and more and more stronger and more important for the Japanese gamers. You know, if you look at the Asia English or Asia Chinese releases, there are a lot of games coming out. Talking about Chinese games, there is another physical Chinese game coming out. It's a 2D Castlevania-ish sort of game. It looks really cool, and it's only 20 bucks. It's a premium physical edition from PlayAsia. It's only 20 bucks, and that's fucking cool. It did say Chinese subtitles though, so maybe it's not in English, but how hard, I mean, how hard can a 2D game be?
Multiplier up.
You know, to play? Because maybe you can't understand the story, but how hard can it be to play? Besides a hard difficulty. Hey! Oh, that's
Thank you so much.
Freeman. This game, physical release, cost me 20 bucks. Well, it didn't cost me 20 bucks. It is 20 bucks officially, but I got it for 17.
Multiplier down.
Okay.
Multiplier up.
So again, physical release, Europe only though, Europe only, but this game is physical. It's from House Marquee, published by Sony, so it's an exclusive. That's pretty cool. Beetlejuice, I don't understand what you mean by what the catches are you need to collect. I don't understand what you're trying to say. Yes, Square Enix did say that Dragon Quest XI is selling in their low tier rank. They were expecting more, at least from the 3DS version. So they are really impressed by the PS4 version and under-impressed by the 3DS version. But they believe that, you know, because of the install base of 20 plus million in Japan for 3DS, that eventually the 3DS version will sell good.
Multiplier up.
And I just really hope they're gonna, you know, it's gonna sell in the West. And I think it will. I think that the time for the Japanese, you know, game market is there to, you know, just like Persona boost the sales of Dragon Quest.
Multiplier down.
Dragon Dogma always kind of looked Western to me. Oh, it's for the trophy. And yes, the Ni no Kuni King Edition. Oh my god, it looks so amazing. Holy shit. Holy shit. But 200 bucks. One part of me says, you know, buy it, you know, get it. Another part of me says, nah. For me, it's pretty much 2 months of game budget spent on one game. I'm like, yeah, you know, I'm a game collector. I love memorabilia. I love statues and cool stuff for games, but I don't know. Yes, Dial's daily vlogs. You can get Taukiden and Daryl Live. You have like a free version of.
Multiplier down.
Beetlejuice, I already answered your question. And I said which catches. I don't know. I just played the game. I'm just playing the game. I don't know all the trophies, so I don't know what the catches, the two catches mean. Is that the right word? Catches.
Multiplier up.
I don't know about the trophy. Maybe check it out on YouTube or Google. Maybe
Multiplier down.
Maybe it's like weapon catches or secret hidden catches, hidden loot boxes. I don't know. I really don't. Oh, that was cool.
Multiplier down.
No, daily vlogs. He's not trolling. He's just asking a question, and he thinks I'm not answering him. The purple crystals are the humans, and from my understanding, they give you random boosts, but they can also give you augmentations. So maybe they're talking about augmentations. I don't know. No, well, why the fuck am I doing that? I really like the music though. I mean, Super Stardust and Resogun also have amazing music, so it's no wonder that this game also has great music.
Multiplier up. Multiplier up.
No!
Multiplier up. Multiplier down. Multiplier up. Overcharge ready. 0G.
Yes, it's Hidden Dragon. I think it's Hidden Dragon Legends. Yeah, the game is really cool. It's really great. I'm not entirely sure if this is a game I would be playing just like Resogun or Super Stardust HG. But I will definitely try to play as much as possible. You know how I am if I'm not into a game. Then I'm into it. If I in an hour say, okay, I have enough with this game, then I have enough. This is easy because I suck. The free Japanese games are free demos of Taukiden and Dead or Alive. Those are free games.
Multiplier down. Multiplier down.
Really?
Multiplier down. Multiplier lost.
Really? Why? Yeah. Today actually got a lot of new game releases. They're working on an what is that game? The movie with the monkeys. Holy shit! Ape World? Whatever. I actually forgot. But, so they're working on a new game with that. I've seen another game, like an action adventure. That looks pretty cool. From Maximum Games. Yeah, Monkey Hero. That looked interesting. Okay, bye-bye. Bye-bye, Orange Rocker. Orange Rocker. Where's the entrance? Oh, maybe... Oh, here it is.
Multiplier up. Multiplier up. Multiplier up. Multiplier down. Multiplier down. Multiplier up.
Yesterday I, ordered some games. As you know, my nephews are birthday this Saturday, and I got them a they're getting my Ps4. So I got them a couple of games, and I saw a couple of Japanese games at a good price. Like Loot Raiders was $16, Tokiden 2 was 26, and I was like, should I get it? And originally I got them. It was about $300. And then I was like, no. I also placed a pre-order for Raiden 5. I mean, that's the game I definitely need to have. I want to have an Action Verge. But I'm like, yeah, it's kind of really weird, because like last year I would by far would have gotten all of these games. And now I'm like, no, Matterfall is coming, and Oceanhorn, and, Uncharted. I'm like, yeah, I won't be getting it. Oh, and H. Brand, I didn't mean Monkey Hero. I know Monkey Hero. That game was really cool too. I don't know, I've never played Tokiden 2. Then again, I mean, in 5 months, Monster Hunter World is hopefully coming out, so... Well, I've heard some positive things about the new Deus Ex. It seems to be fairly good. Yeah, the latest Deus Ex is really cheap. The lowest
Multiplier
I saw it was, I think, like $8 or $9. That's really cool.
Multiplier lost.
Trust me, back in the day with the PS1 and the PS2, almost all the games were 68 euros. I remember that clearly, 68 euros for any game. if it's a shmup, a small game, a puzzle game, or whatever, it's 68 bucks. No one cared about it. I mean, it was expensive. Prices almost never went down. And if it went down, it was like maybe $5. You know, it never went down such drastically like it's doing now. That's why Sony and also Nintendo and Xbox, they had, or Microsoft, you know, they had the Platinum line, the Platinum games. Games that sold more than 1 million or more than 500,000 copies, and they were considered bestsellers, classics, and they got the Platinum treatment, and then they cost 29 bucks or 30 bucks. And that was considered cheap. That was considered a price drop, budget price. And PS1 and PS2 actually had some really good Platinum line boxes. They were just silver color. They look pretty cool. But that was then. Then the PS2 came, and you still had the player's choice and the Platinum line. But especially at the end, we really saw that games eventually got cheaper and cheaper and much faster, also because of the digital era. And now there is another evolution that not alone, but I have been predicting, you know, from yes, it's below 100,000. So the Switch and PS4 are kind of neck on neck. I mean, the Switch is outselling the PS4 a bit, but if you consider 4 years and a new system that is really cool, it's logical. But yeah, Xbox brand is pretty much game over. It's, you know, what can Microsoft do? Seriously. But okay, let's continue my little stupid storyline. So I have been predicting years ago a lot of stuff, but one of those were that the time for 60 buck games, that every game is $60 or euros physical, is over. You know, it's stupid. And sure, you know, slowly we have seen that, and now what do we have? We have so many budget title games. You know, so many games that are not 60 bucks. Okay, you're a fucking idiot.
Multiplier lost. Health low.
That is really annoying. Because in this day of age, there's not only so many games coming out, like holy damn, its quality and diversity is so wide that as a publisher, you would be stupid to, let's say, this game for 60 bucks. No one is going to buy Matterfall for 60 bucks. For 40 bucks, people won't still be buying it because they're like, this is just an indie game, it's stupid, whatever. But it's 20 bucks, then people kind of understand that it's not a big game, it's not a AAA quality game, it's just a small indie game that's getting a physical, or a small arcade game that also has a physical release or a digital release. And I have been saying this from like the start of the gen. That is what we're going to see. And if you actually, just like H. Brand is telling, if you now look at especially Sony, because Nintendo at the moment is not doing that, but if you look at Sony, they are really creating their AAA lineup and their budget lineup, like Knack, Wipeout, Matterfall, Helldivers, Tearaway, you know, all these 40 bucks and 20 buck games, and then you have your big budget 60 bucks. So they are creating even more diversity than the PlayStation pretty much already has. I think that's why, just like back in the days of the PS1 and PS2 and Super Nintendo or whatever, there is, like, every gamer, there is something for them. The PS4 has everything for everyone. It has big games, small games, every genre you can imagine. Heck, even shooters. Skyline came out. A friend of mine, she's not a gamer, and she was like, oh my god, City Skylines is coming out. I'm like, what? Did you actually buy that game? And she's playing it right now. Because she's totally into like SimCity. And the reviews are actually pretty good. Heck, even I am interested in City Skylines because it's something new, it's something different. The last time I played SimCity was on the Super Nintendo. Yes, I got the Super Nintendo, shut up.
Multiplier up.
You know, so those are things you just didn't have on the PS3. I think that in the future, heck, even now, the PS4 is really going to be looked at as the dark ages of Sony, you know, of a PlayStation. The time where they just didn't know what the fuck they were doing.
Multiplier up. Multiplier down.
Please, get me out of here.
So, you know, I don't know how, you know, popular these type of games are, especially for physical releases, but I do have sort of contact information from at least one game store, and he did say that stuff like Action Verge and Velocity X2, they sold really well. And he also believes that that's not only because of it's a quality game, but also because it's not expensive.
Overcharge ready.
Yeah, you know, we need a lot more, well, we are getting a lot more diversity, different genres, different games, you know. Well, to be honest, I am not entirely sure what Sony did back in the PS1 days. You know, in the PS1 days, I was really just, you know, Final Fantasy. Kingsfield and Final Fantasy. That's what I played the most. You know, I'm not entirely sure. I think Sony also published stuff like... what's that Siphon Filter? No! Yeah, Undertale is getting a physical version. It's at the moment at a 9.7 on Metacritic. I have seen some gameplay and, like, you know, I'm not someone who likes to judge a game or a movie when I've never seen or played it, but I'll just say that Undertale, from what I have seen, is not my cup of tea. I don't understand all the hype behind Undertale, so, you know. But if you're a fan of the game, then yes, the physical version is awesome. And heck, Sony even has like an announcement on E3 for the game, so it seems to be a really big game.
Multiplier up. Multiplier up. Multiplier down.
I do like the Vita, but I have sold my Vita. I just didn't do anything with it, like absolutely nothing, and I'm like, no. Really? I've heard a lot of good things about Mother. Isn't that the same name as what is that game called? Earthbound? Isn't that like Mother 2?
Multiplier down.
Yeah. Earthbound is like freaking expensive. Ooh. Also another game I would love to have a new PC for is the new Warhammer. I'm a huge fan of Warhammer, and I got the original Warhammer. You know, Total War Warhammer, but my PC at the moment is just not good enough. Oh, those were all from Sony? I didn't know that. What's up, John Doe? There is sort of a loot system with augmentations you can collect for, but that's about it. It really is an arcade shooter to try and get the highest amount of points. It's not a Metrovania style game.
Multiplier up.
Okay, yeah, a lot of gamers modded their PSP and then put in stuff like Super Nintendo, and a friend of mine played Diablo. I was really pissed off on that because I was waiting and waiting and thinking, you know, when they're gonna release Diablo for it.
Multiplier down. Multiplier lost. Health low.
Okay, so that dude is fucking annoying.
Health low.
God, fucking shit.
Multiplier up. Multiplier lost. Multiplier up.
Holy shit, even longer? I didn't know that Ghost in the Shell was from Sony. The Legend of Legaia I do know, and also Art Lad. In the Raspberry Pi, isn't Raspberry from a PC something? I've heard the name before, but when it comes down to PC, I know it's not the best approach, but I mostly go to a really well-known PC hardware store, and they build their PCs and then sell it. So it's not like a PC where you can buy in any store. They do have customized PCs, but they build it for you. So of course it's more expensive, but at least I know I'm getting a good PC. That's pretty much what I'll be doing if I'm gonna get a new PC. I most probably will, because Mount and Blade is fucking awesome. You know, there are a couple of PC games I am and was absolutely hooked on, stuff like Evil Line, Diablo 2, you know, and one of those also is Mount and Blade.
Multiplier up. Multiplier down. Multiplier up.
The Legend of Dragoon is also one of those games that's from Sony. That's definitely I know. Yeah, well, my PC is 8 or 9 years old. You know, it's building up a couple of bugs and stuff. So when there's a concrete release date, I most probably will check out for a new PC. But it all depends on. It sounds really weird, but how much am I still gaming? Because right now, these couple of months, I haven't been gaming that much. You know, if you've checked out my streams, I don't stream that much anymore. And in almost pretty much all my streams, I've been saying that, you know. And the biggest reason for that is I'm checking out for a car. I want to buy a car. Next month, I have my driving exam. When I get my car, I hope I'll finally be, you know, won't say going out, but just do different things than only gaming day and night. Because I am almost 31, and it is getting to a point where I think, you know, I don't want to be in my house in front of the television every day. You know, and it doesn't matter if it's a big game or a small game. it seems that that feeling, you know, is getting stronger and stronger, and I'm like, my nephews are growing up. They're, you know, next week are gonna be 7 and stuff. So, you know, my friends are moving out further and further away, and it also creates opportunities to do stuff. Because, you know, if you need a road trip for 2 hours to, you know, check up on a friend, then most of the time, you know, you can get someone else coming with you and meet new people and stuff. And don't get me wrong, these people are, by the way, also gamers. They're just different gamers than I am. I'm a little bit too obsessed, I think. You know, when I say that gaming is my life, I mean it a little bit too serious. And that's just not good. So,
$0G.
you know, I don't know if any of you have a car, you pretty much know how that is. The freedom. Like, every time, and that's pretty much every Saturday, that I have a driving lesson, I'm like, I can't wait until I can finally go where I want to go, and not someone telling me like, go left, go right, do this, do that, you know. It's kind of weird, because, I don't know. So, I mean, that's why I'm really thinking more, like, should I really buy this game? You know, do I really want to spend $300? Even though I did work overtime, you know, more hours at work, even though I did have a couple of €100 more this month, should I really be spending it on games and I'm not gonna play it? Like, that is the biggest question. Buying games I won't be playing. And it's alright, like, I like to collect stuff, you know. As I said in the beginning of the stream, I bought 5 Japanese imports that I most probably will not be playing that much. But I'm like, that's the only reward I gave myself. Like, okay, you know, I've worked like 30 hours more this month. I want to have a reward. I want to do something. I want to finally get... it's one game that I've been looking for a very long time, and it's now pretty expensive, pretty inexpensive, so I'm really happy for that. Pretty interesting. Yes. You know, we now have, like, even for a gamer who doesn't have enough money, and don't get me wrong, I don't have financial problems. It's actually the opposite. You know, I actually have more money than I've had than when I just bought everything, of course. You know, but, you know, if you're someone who doesn't have a lot of money, there are so many games nowadays that doesn't cost that much. If you look at Mount & Blade, for example, it has a huge amount of content, so much fun. It's only $20. Maybe nowadays it's $15. And not only those games, if you look at Horizon, Uncharted, you know, all of the games, they won't be expensive that long. Only if you're Nintendo. Then the games will be expensive pretty much the entire generation.
Multiplier up.
And why is that? Because people buy them. Nintendo makes a lot of money, so why the fuck would they stop? And no, it's not a good thing. It doesn't make Nintendo better, it doesn't make them cooler, it makes them greedier. There was actually a whole discussion on Video Game Short with that exact topic. That it was that Sony announced that Horizon will be $35 for a small amount of time, and someone made a comment like, "Oh my God, you know, Sony is getting how do you say that? Sony is getting desperate because Horizon is not selling anymore." And everyone was, of course, like, "What the fuck are you talking about? The game is almost selling better than Zelda, you know." But and then of course other forum members were you know hating against the guy because they were like, why would you want to be happy about a company keeping the price extremely high instead of you know lowering the price and making it better for you? Because at the end, we are just gamers, you know, we don't have a take in the company. Why would someone be happy that the game's still $60, you know, 5 or 6 years from now? When the, you know, the competition, its games are 20. You know, you get less, but you spend more. But as of all Nintendo diehard fans, there was no reasoning with that guy. He really just thought that that was the best thing. He even said it's the best for the game industry that prices stay high. I'm like, no, because when a mother, you know, when a child wants a game and the mother looks at $60, she's like, nope, I'm not gonna get that. But when she sees 20, she's like, okay, you know. I think it's great too. You know, I have said to myself, why did I just didn't do that? Do I have to be here actually? I have said to myself, 12 years, I'm not even joking, 12 whole years, that number one, I cannot drive because you know, I really thought that I don't have the insight, and I'll be making, you know, a lot of traffical errors, accidents. Now, I kind of still have that feeling as if my instructor wasn't there, I would have already been dead. And that's not even exaggerating or joking. I would literally have crashed myself to death. But of course, you know, you're learning to drive. But I've also said 12 years, like, because here in Holland it's 18 years when you can drive. I said to myself, I don't need a car. Why would I need a car? You know, what's the reason besides it's extremely expensive? Why the fuck would I need a car? And now that I actually have, you know, and you know, riding in a car, driving with it, I'm like, what the fuck was I thinking? What an idiot. Not only do I actually like driving, I really like driving in a car. I'm like, I don't know, the freedom is just, it's a weird feeling. Because I'm not saying that I don't feel free, but I am definitely not free in where I can go. Like, sure, I can take the train and go somewhere, but I don't like the train. I don't want to be in a train. So what does that mean? It means that I pretty much never travel. And yeah, with a car that is definitely going to be different. Am I going backwards? Because now oh no, okay. Oh really? Am I the only one streaming this game? Yeah, I mean, money talks. You know, if Nintendo earns $1 billion and Sony 500 million, it doesn't matter if at the end, you know, the install base is 4 times bigger on PS4 than the Wii U, or 6 or 8 times bigger. The consumer's mindset will be, you know, PS4 is a cheap cheap system. And then they look at Nintendo and they're like, oh my god, Mario, it's $60. Oh my god, Splatoon, $60. But it's an old game. Yeah, well, it's still expensive. You know, I don't understand why anyone can say that is good for business, that is good for our industry, when we have clear proof from stuff like Steam that if you make games less expensive, more people are willing to buy it. That means that your next game will sell a lot more. You know, for example, like Ratchet & Clank, the last one was $40. I highly believe we will see a next Ratchet & Clank, you know, at this PSX. I wonder how much that is gonna sell. Because it has to sell more, because people really liked it. Holy shit, this stuff is getting really heavy, by the way. Ah yes, a new Sonic. The new Sonic seems to be really good, by the way. I think it got a 8.6 on Metacritics. That's pretty good. This game is really good, but it is getting a little bit repetitive. But I mean, it's an arcade shooter, so that's kind of stupid to say. But I am sadly someone who can get really boring with games. Like, I love games like this, but I get really boring with them. I don't know why. I'm just really more into like bigger, you know, RPGs and statistics and simpler shooters like Stardust and Resogun. So I would be lying if I am saying that I'm gonna beat this game now. Because yes, I am slowly getting burned out on it.
Overcharge ready.
But it's a cool game though. It's really cool.
Multiplier lost. Multiplier up. Multiplier up. Overcharge ready.
Okay. Now I think it's really cool that they changed, like they put in like platform elements and fast-paced shooting. Like, this is really, you're really onto your toes, because if you just walk and shoot, you're gonna die. Yes. It really seems that Nintendo is getting a lot greedier because... increase in damage. That will be pretty good. Maybe that is the way you actually get better scores, because if your primary weapon does more damage, it means you can kill faster, so you could go back to another level and, for example, beat the boss faster. I think it's really this developer, Housemarque or Housemarque. These guys are really genius. If we're talking about arcade shooters, they are, you know, they just make these awesome games. Like every game of them is something different. It's not just Resogun 1, Resogun 2. Every game is a little bit different. Has its unique style to it. Talking about cars, by the way, my uncle got a new Jaguar. That looked pretty cool. So, hopefully one day, when he trusts me with a car, maybe I can drive it. That would be cool. Coming to work with a Jaguar, that would be fucking cool. Because my boss also has a Jaguar. That will definitely create some eyebrows like, what the fuck? That'll be cool. Though I don't really like give a shit about cars in that regard though. A friend of mine, she does. She loves cars. I mean, she even sells them. She's pretty much gonna buy my car. I always say like, I'm gonna search for a car, but she is the one who's gonna search for me. Because she knows what I need, you know. The first year or two, I just need a inexpensive,
multiplier up,
cheap car, you know, to really learn to drive. Because, you know, even if I have my driving license, it doesn't mean I know how to drive. Everyone says that, even my instructor says that, you know, when you're driving on your own, with your own car, you know, going where the hell you want, that's when you're really going to learn how to, you know, be in traffic and stuff.
I thought I would die there.
Give me your stuff. Civilian teleported to safety. I'm really curious with Uncharted though. Really curious. East 8 too. East 8 is gonna be really kind of annoying because the game is coming out 15th of September and 20th of September I'm doing my driving exam. So I'm like, you know. But who knows? Maybe that game is gonna make me a little bit more, how do you say it? More relaxed.
multiplier up,
Yes, the greatest hits, they were yellow. Here in Holland, they were yellow. Come on, that fucking sucks. Yellow, are you serious? United States at least got the red label. They were a little bit better.
multiplier down,
But yeah, I think that, you know, even Sony kind of knows that they don't need platinum versions anymore. The games are going to be lowered in price eventually. If they do it or not, it doesn't matter. You know, so they just go with the flow. They're like, you know what? We're going to announce price cuts. You know, it's going to make good advertisements for us. I mean, if you've seen the June sales, it was up 63% compared to last year. That is insane. In its fourth year, a system being up year on year is insane. And and we're talking about the United States only, by the way. And then in July, it's up 30%. Compared to last year, that is insane too. And you have to consider the big games hasn't even come out. The bundles of Star Wars, you know, Call of Duty, FIFA, you name it, haven't even come out. Gran Turismo. So Sony is only starting. They're starting to like, okay guys, we're gonna get ready for the holidays. They're just starting.
zero G.
And by the way, talking about Sony games, Horizon coming out in October. Or is it November? Doesn't matter. The new Horizon expansion, I'm gonna play it. I still need to play the expansion for Neo. Hey, there's proof I haven't been gaming that much. I haven't even really started with Neo. And I love that game. Holy shit, that game's awesome. Awesome. The red label wasn't that bad, and green for Xbox, but I mean the yellow label, oh my fucking god, it is so ugly. Really, did you get? Did you get? Gran Turismo is huge here in Europe. There are two colleagues of mine. They're gonna buy the Ps4 only for Gran Turismo. It's really weird, but I mean, it's their choice. And I told them like, hey, there's also a game called Drive Club, and they were like, we don't care. We just want Gran Turismo. I'm like, oh, okay. You know. I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to buy Gran Turismo, though. Most probably will, but it all depends. Like, it kind of depends how expensive my car is going to be, pretty much. Because if I have to spend like 1,000 or 1,500 euros on a car, you know, do I really want to spend more?
Multiplier up. Overcharge. Multiplier up. Multiplier down.
Yeah, it's definitely brand awareness. I actually have played the alpha version, and yeah, it was really difficult, but especially that the weapons break, I thought that completely fucking sucked. Like, for example, if you ask a normal gamer, I'm not talking about a die-hard Nintendo faggots, but a normal gamer, what they think is the worst part of the new Zelda, they say your weapons break. It fucking sucks. We all know it. Come on, it sucks. Weapons that break, you don't want that. You don't want to get your, you know, your massive sword and then it breaks. Why would they do that? It's fucking stupid. I don't get who the hell thought that that's a good idea. That's gonna make the game better. That sucks. It destroys your progression feeling. Like, you know, so I thought that is what makes Neo awesome, is that it has such an incredible progression feeling. There's so much late game content in the game, so much content after you beat the game, and of course a lot of those are from patches and DLC, but I am highly confident that they will release a complete edition of Neo or whatever. They say Neo is easier, but trust me, the game is fucking hard.
Multiplier up.
The game is really hard in a good way, but yes, it's easier than the alpha version. But then again, I mean, if the game is too hard, people will also not like it.
Overcharge ready.
Not everyone likes to have an extremely hard game. And Neo has difficulties, so if you really want to have a really hard game, then, you know, beat the highest difficulty in level 1. For example.
Health low.
Thank you so much.
Multiplier up. Multiplier lost.
Oh, yeah, Neo is theoretically easier than Bloodborne. But I mean, because Neo does have, as I mentioned, the progression feeling. You know, you get better gear and you feel a little bit stronger. But there's so much gear, there's so many stats for the gear. It feels like a Diablo game. You keep on playing the same mission over and over again because you want to get better loot. And especially because you can customize how your character looks. Like if you have a rope that is really good, but visually it sucks, you can just customize it to look like a giant ass armor. You know, I have a archer rope, even though I look like a badass, you know, dude with like heavy armor. I don't have heavy armor, it just looks that way. And that is one of the coolest things ever, in my opinion. That is why I love Neo so much. The customization, the feeling that if you want to be like a badass samurai, but your gear, you know, is like archer rope or like ninja, you can still look like a badass samurai. That is so cool. That is something that, you know, you know, Dark Souls and Bloodborne should have. You know, there's so much gear in Dark Souls 3 that I would love to mix and match, but because the stats are not good, I'm like, yeah, whatever. Oh, there's a boss. Yes, Matterfall is awesome. Especially if you love games like this. It's only 20 bucks for everyone to see again. The physical version, European only, is only 20 bucks. Pretty cool. It's a really cool game. Every House Marque games are, by the way, really good.
Zero G.
Okay. I never played Bob, so. Lorek, it's not about the gear is good or whatever. I mean, you can play Neo naked if you want that too. It's all about, for myself, being immersed in the world and being the character you want to be. If I want to look a certain way, but I still want to have good gear, it's for me impossible in Dark Souls, because the gear I like visually is not always the best gear. Now in Neo, because you can change the way you look, because there's so many stats, you can have good gear and you can look awesome. And that is, for me personally, really important. Yeah, it kind of reminds of Contra. It's a long game, by the way. Ah!
Overcharge ready. Health low. Health low.
Yeah, I know. Health's low.
Overcharge ready. Overcharge ready.
Did Contra get a PS3 release? Or are you talking about something else? Yay! Got my first boss, second boss. I mean, okay, I'm playing on easy, let's be honest here. So, I want to say the game is not that hard, but I mean, come on, it's easy. But still, I mean, it's a pretty good game. Continue. Pitfall, I mean, Pitfall wasn't even that good. You know, it seemed to be good because back then it was something different, maybe. I think was a game Hard Cops. Did it call Hard Cops from Square Enix? That game seems to be really good. Yeah, Hard Cops, yeah. Sometimes I'm like, hey, you know, I wonder if some of the games on PS3 that I always wanted, digital, I mean, you know, is cheaper, but I don't really play that much on my PS3 anymore. You know, I pretty much almost never touch it. Not because I don't want to, just because, you know, I'm busy with PS4. You know, why would I spend playing PS3 when I can play new games on PS4? Oh, I thought it was from Square Enix. Arc System. That's pretty cool too. Arc System is also really good. Yeah, Konami was such a legendary game developer, and now they're basically nothing. Yeah, that's the name. Hard Corps Uprising. Rising up to the challenge of our rivals. And no, I don't like Rocky, by the way. Don't know why. I'm one of the few guys who, I mean, I saw Rocky movies, but I'm not like, oh my god, it's Rocky. Yeah.
Overcharge ready.
I was more into sci-fi and Lord of the Rings and, you know, other movies. Fantasy movies, Conan, Star Wars, Xena, Hercules.
Multiplier lost.
Godfather. Scarface nice too, I guess. Oh, really? That's cool. People complain and nitpick nowadays with everything. It's ridiculous what some people believe is offensive or whatever. It's really getting kind of out of hand. But guys, I have to admit, I'm kind of tired. I'm going to get a shower, and I will see from there. But why this though? What's the option in this? Bote? Yeah, she should go, by the way. Kind of reminds me of Samus, but not Samus. So guys, I'm gonna get a shower. I'll be ending the stream. No, don't end. Yes. You know nothing, Jon Snow. Nothing. Yes, I watched Game of Thrones. Did you see the last battle with the dragons? That was fucking awesome. Shame though, because it's like the Lannister army, like the Lannister armor is fucking cool. Come on, like if Daenerys didn't have the dragons, the Lannister army would be pretty tough. I mean, they're like the Romans of their world. You know, only because of the dragons they got fucked up. But if Daenerys didn't have the dragons, you know, that Lannister army was pretty fucking impressive. That was fucking cool. I can't wait until the battle with the undead. The White Walkers. Undead. So guys, thanks a lot for watching, by the way. And like always, you gotta see me next time.